on the anniversary of White Man Can't Jump's release, what's the best basketball movie right now? Hoosiers leads the way, 55%. White Man Can't Jump, 19%. Space Jam, 11%. He Got Game, 9%. Blue Chips, 6%.
Okay, now Blue Chips and Space Jam and also He Got Game, Blue Chips, Space Jam, He Got Game, all have actual NBA players in the film acting.
True.
Jordan playing himself. We all know Ray Allen playing somebody else, Jesus Shuttlesworth. We also know Blue Chips, Penny Hardaway and Shaq were in that as Nick Nolte's recruits.
Great movie.
And Blue Chips taking you behind the scenes, right?
To kind of what's going on now in college
Nothing
basketball?
really puts you behind the scenes quite like He Got Game, a Spike Lee joint of the first variety. Okay? Of the first variety. And Space Jam taking you behind the scenes of
Intergalactic Warfare.
Involving Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Then there's He Got Game, which is one of Ron Shelton's finest works.
White Man Can't Jump.
I'm about to say, White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah.
Ron Shelton's finest works. Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson.
Takes place down here in Venice.
If I'm not mistaken, if I can go through the Woody Harrelson career, was that his first non-Cheers big role?
Stand by.
Okay.
It might be.
Well, while he was on Cheers as well? It was kind of like
Towards the end.
1992.
like this is kind of
that was the end of Cheers. Cheers ended in 93.
And what movies was he in before all that, right? He'd Oliver Stoned after that, right?
He had very quick appearances.
So this was big for Woody
This
Harrelson.
is big.
Okay.
Because he did this and then got Indecent Proposal.
Okay.
Then Cheers went off the air and
Off we go.
Off we went.
Off we go.
Yeah.
So these are big, and in terms of, gritty pickup basketball.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes.
Correct. And even in terms of what makes a great sports movie is father-son stuff, which He Got Game had.
He Got Game for sure.
With Denzel Washington, for crying out loud. I'm talking everything else up because everything else is so secondary. And you know how much I love baseball?
Yeah.
And you know what football means to me and my family and the roof that goes over my head. The house, the home where my children come and play with their toys.
Here we go.
That's football.
But
Hoosiers isn't just the best basketball movie. Hoosiers is the best sports movie. Period. End of story. Rip the knob off. You want to talk about sports movies, what makes it great? Father-son stuff. Dennis Hopper playing the father, obviously. The father figure being Gene Hackman's Coach Dale, who's trying to get some sort of redemption for clearly a flagrant violation of the coach-player relationship. You want to talk about David beating Goliath? Comeback stories, underdogs, upsets. Nothing beats Hoosiers.
Listen up. Here's what we're going to do. Jimmy, they're going to be expecting you to take the last shot. We're going to use you as a decoy.
Jimmy won't be used as a decoy.
I'll make it.
Number 11, picket fence. He's going to take the last shot. All right, let's go.
Hold on a minute. They're not doing that.
What's the matter with you guys? What's the matter with you?
I'll make it.
I'll make it.
I'll
Dead
make
straight.
it. I'll make it.
Okay. And then he draws up another play. I mean, the number.
Spoiler alert, he makes it.
Hold on a second. The picket fence. All right. So many. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps. And the thing that shows you how much I love this movie is it's by the same people that made Rudy, which I cannot stand. Stop it. All right? Get it off. Get it off.
You're on fire.
Get it off. Get it off. Get it off.
The greatest sports movie of all time, Rudy.
It's not Rudy. I'm sorry. It's not Rudy. It's not Rudy. It is not. Rudy's is as fictional as Alien Okay? Right?
I mean, Rudy was
What's
a real
more real?
person.
What's more real?
He was a
more real?
person.
What's more real?
He had a sack.
Excuse me. What's more real?
Alien.
The entire team carried Rudy off the field that day, or a being hopping out of somebody's chest in the middle of space.
The entire team.
The alien's more realistic.
You're just taking Joe Montana's word for it.
Oh, gosh. And look at Kurt Warner. Did you see he chimed in on our poll question?
So did Richard
Hoosiers,
Sherman.
duh. Everything else is for second. Mile and High, the famed Mile and High story. That's Hickory. All right? And the number of times, who else chimed in on our poll
Richard
question?
Sherman.
Bless Richard Sherman. Glory Road followed closely by Blue Chips.
Glory Road, the story of Texas Western
Sure.
beating Kentucky.
Okay. Kentucky and Pat Riley on that team for Adolph Rupp. Okay. Appreciate Richard Sherman chiming in. You know, and the number of times, I'm not done yet. I'm on a roll. Then we'll take your calls. The number of times I quote Hoosiers on a weekly basis, when somebody in your life is concerned about a big job interview, a big moment, a big step up professionally, a big step up even personally, something in your life, I always tell them about measure the rim to the floor, measure the free throw line to the baseline. It's either your small gym or the Butler Fieldhouse. Same game. Come on. Come on. The number of times something from Hoosiers can be brought to bear in real life. End of story. End of story.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.